half hour, we're going to talk to a man who claims that he is able to beat the world record when it comes to Rubik's Cube underwater. Right now, though, we're checking in with Kathy Helbig from the Kathy Helbig Group. Good morning, Kathy Helbig.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
I saw something the other day about somebody being a discount realtor, and I wanted to bring that up to you. What is the benefit, or what is the reality when it comes to discount real estate brokers?
Right. You're going to see more and more of that coming around again as the market gets better. It's kind of like when storms come through and roofing companies come to town and, here today, gone tomorrow. So right now, as the market is improving, then the discount broker or the limited service broker, that's more the proper name for them, is making a comeback because sometimes people feel like they in a hot market that you can for sale by owner more readily, or you can use a discounted broker to just get the MLS exposure. So oftentimes what they offer is a flat fee up front for just getting you into the MLS. But there's a lot that you don't get when you do that, and it actually oftentimes can cost you money in how the price you get for your house and the negotiations, and just not having the advice and the service of a full service broker.
I would think because if you're selling and you go with one of these brokers, the buyer and the buyer's agent has no one to negotiate with or to deal with, and you have to end up doing all that.
Right. There's a lot of differences. So number one, that's a huge one because buyer agents cringe a lot of times when we see certain discount brokerages that you have experience with that A, don't get back to you in a timely manner, B, we're dealing directly with the seller themselves, which is the whole purpose one of the purposes why you hire a realtor. Right. You need to have that third-party intervention, and then you often feel like you're doing 90% of the work. So it just ends up not being a really great transaction oftentimes. Not that it can't be. Sometimes there are some good limited service brokers out there, but there also are a lot that are just that, limited service. They're putting you into the MLS, and then that's it. You're kind of forgotten about.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And what's in it for these discount brokers? I mean, they get a commission.
It's a fee up front that's in the pocket, and then you can do a whole bunch of them. So it's based on a volume type situation that you're making your money, and you don't have to put a lot of time and effort into it. So it's more like just kind of throwing a bunch of signs in yards and seeing which ones stick. And then you still are offering out a buyer agent compensation, so you're still paying a good chunk of the commission to get buyer agents to come to your house anyway. But what you're giving up is you're giving up marketing exposure. You're giving up a network of networking with other realtors. You're giving up usually professional photography. Oftentimes you're giving up the realtor type of lockbox, which is secure. We had a situation the other day where we showed one of these properties, and it was on a combination lockbox, which is a cheaper method of doing things. And when you're only making a lesser commission on each house, you're going to do that. So this combination lock was on the house, which is very common. And we get a call from the agent a few hours later that said the combination code had been changed and they can't get into the house and they don't know if the key's there or not there. So, this was a buyer that someone had met at an open house. They take them in. We don't know if that buyer watched the code go in, then went back to the house later and took the key out and changed the code. So there's all kinds of things attached to the full-time realtor services that are more security, that we're dealing directly with the other agents. We have the follow-up methods because everything is tracked, who comes in and out of your house. We're giving you advice. We're negotiating the contracts. We have usually like with us, we have a full team that's at your service. And oftentimes a discount broker is a one-man show. And so you have 10 or 15 houses out there. You can't get to things in a timely manner.
Well, it also sounds like with the things are going now, you need that person in there fighting for you because it's such a crazy time in the market.
When you're dealing with multiple offers, you don't have time to wait for people to get back to you. So you're going to lose offers. You also are dealing directly a lot of times, the seller with the public. When you're going for sale by owner or you're doing the limited brokerage, you're doing your own open houses. You're
Right.
talking with those agents, and they're not giving you the truth, and you don't know what you're saying that's going to sideline your deal. That's the whole purpose of having somebody representing you that knows what we're doing.
That's why you call Kathy Helbig, or you hire her whole group, team. KathyHelbigGroup.com, 314-276-SOLD. How's the app going?
The app is great. Everybody's using it, and we can get you coming soon information on it, so download it.
And you give everyone you work with an iPad to use.
They have the option to take an iPad mini that has preloaded apps on it that we can communicate with our clients through and have all kinds of little fun interactions with buying and selling.
And I know the KTRS app is on that iPad too, right?
Yes, it is. You saw it. It is.
All right, Kathy, have a good week. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks, guys.
314-276-SOLD or KathyHelbigGroup.com.